Hi, this is Johnathan Tripp, and this is my submission for the Google Maps API lab assignment. For this assignment, I've created a simple web page which displays information such as the user's IP address, a table containing their geolocation information, and an embedded Google Maps interface to show the user's city. This application makes a call to a database that I've created which stores the user's IP address and all that same geolocation information. As you can see, there are currently 2 records in the database. The insert statement for the database is called on page load, so if I refresh this page and then return to the database, we can see that there's a 3rd record that's added to the database. Moving on to the code for this application, one of the first things that happens is a call is made to myexternalip.com to get the user's IP address, followed by a call to ipapi.com to get that geolocation information. There's a simple check that I've implemented to deal with the issue of the development server versus external IP address. The next thing that happens is using the results of that IP API call. The data that's collected is stored in various PHP variables, and then the call is made to the MySQL database to insert all that information. The geolocation information is stored in this table, and then the Google Maps interface is embedded here at the bottom of the page. For the source attribute for the Google Maps API call, I've included a link here which indicates that this Google Maps interface is going to use its place mode, which just allows you to center in on a particular location that you specify using these parameters. The key is hidden in an external file that's separate from the application folder. In this file called dbconnect, which also stores the database credentials for this project. Finally, to get the location, specifically the user's city, I use that city and region variable that I get from IPAPI and pass that as the parameter for the Google Maps API call. So as far as issues I had with this application, the biggest issue that I had, I'd say, was probably figuring out how to get the Google Maps API to work, specifically passing the correct parameters to get the map to center in on the user's city. And also just getting around the issue of using the local development server IP address for testing purposes. That was a little bit of a challenge. So for privacy and security, for this application, the main way that I go about protecting that is by using that external file to contain the database credentials as well as the API key to prevent misuse of that API key and to prevent unauthorized access for the database. So by having that file stored externally, it won't be visible to any user's browser or anybody looking through the code for this application. Finally, a little bit on the benefits of collecting analytical data from users. I think one of the biggest advantages to collecting analytics data is in getting kind of profile information on your users. Particularly, this geolocation information is very useful to developers, especially if the business that your application serves wants to target people in specific locations. You can get a sense of where your users are coming from, so that maybe you can target something like marketing efforts towards either areas where you have a heavy user base or maybe areas where you need to expand your user base. Additionally, another application of analytics is for serving advertisements. By collecting geolocation information as well as maybe what browser they're using or what device they're using, you can get information on how to better appeal to your customers through collecting analytical data. So that's it for my submission. Thank you for watching.